It's been a while since I've seen this brand, but when I saw these coming along, I got quite excited. Keep watching, find out. Yeah, hello, welcome back. It's GotAUkulele review day as ever with your summary video review to go with the full written review that you'll always find linked below. If you look at the links below the video and on the website, you'll find some places where you can help this site keep going. I say every week, I'm not a commercial channel. I don't get paid to do advert reviews for companies. I'm completely independent of them. And the only reason I can keep coming to you every week is thanks to the kind donations from people like this. It's much appreciated. Really does mean the site can continue. And if you want to help do that and be part of the movement, there's some links down there where you can do that. And you can also help me out, as I say every week. That's a really nice thing to do as well. That doesn't cost you a penny. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell symbol, you'll get notified of new stuff coming your way. Right, I said in the introduction, I've looked at these before. It was a few years ago now. And what I was looking at then were a couple of a baritone and a concert of bowl back instruments. That is the black resin back ovation style with a solid spruce top. And they were remarkably good. But what was particularly remarkable about them is that they were exactly the same instrument, bar the name on the headstock, as some models that used to be made by Ohana. And I mean exactly the same production line. But they were like a third of the price of the Ohana versions. Remarkable, absolute no-brainers. I know some professionals that played them on stage. Really, really good. They're still available. The Really Useful Music Company in the UK are the people who distribute them over here, and they got in touch and said, look, we've got a couple of others we'd like you to have a look at. So I jumped at the chance because those bowl backs were wonderful. This is the first of these. The brand is called Clearwater, and this is the Clearwater UCW7MT. A bit of a mouthful. It's a tenor. And what is it with yellow on yellow instruments this year? This is about the fourth one I've had. Pale blonde instruments. And that Ohana thing, you'll see from the headstock, that's an Ohana headstock. It just doesn't say Ohana on it. These must be made on the same production line. Ohana used to have a model, don't think it's made anymore, called the TK70G, with pretty much totally identical specs to this. I mean, this is what this is. And they were hundreds of pounds, as I recall. They were very highly regarded, very nice instruments. I seem to remember the UK Carla Rep played one on stage. But this one is by Clearwater. So what are we talking about here in specs? We have a solid premium grade spruce top, and it really is. I mean, it's really nice tight grain. There's kind of a bit of shimmer in it. It's in two pieces. I can tell it's been quarter sawn, but I'm not going to be able to show you that very much in this light. But when you tilt it, you see the different grains switch side to side. People will know what I'm talking about if they know what I'm talking about. And that spruce top, solid spruce top, is paired with laminate flamed maple back and sides, which again, quarter sawn, which you can see a little bit more clearly here. See how the different, that's darker than that, and then if you switch it and look at it in different light, it reverses. And it's all nicely book matched in these two pieces. It's not ostentatious, but you can see it's flamed, but it's not total tiger stripe. It's just enough. And I think those two woods hang together into a very, very pretty instrument. It's just, I said I didn't really like the blonde on blonde, and I like some contrast, but this is nice. This is a beauty, a blonde beauty. The bridge material is not specified by Clearwater. It's a hardwood tie bar, very, very standard and generic, to be honest, but it is also very tidy, very nice and smoothly finished and oiled, fitted with a straight-topped new bone saddle. Okay. The decoration is classy as well with the woods. What we've got around the top, and I think the Ohana used tortoiseshell. This is a dark wooden binding with a purfling strip, black purfling strip on the top face, and just wooden binding on the back and sides. I think that hangs if it was all pale, it'd look weird. I think it really needs those binding strips. And again, they're not over the top. The sound hole rosette is not over the top either. Abalone with a black trim. It's all tidy. And then the body is finished in a gloss. Little bit of pooling around here and around the heel, but I've seen much, much worse. It's all right, actually. Good finish. Mirror, and it really makes these stripes pop when it's not in such bright light, trust me. Inside, pretty basic actually, standard bracing, unnotched kerfing, and a bit of glue mess. It's a bit scruffy in there, but I can see that the top is extremely thin, really nice thin instrument. It's quite thin front to back as well. What you'll also spy on the body is this. There is a passive pickup in here, so big win for me. I love passive pickups, no extra wiring, just literally a wire from the pickup to the jack socket. I think this is a soundboard transducer pickup, very natural sounding. No control panel on the side. I just wish they'd have moved that jack socket to the tail block, because as I said in my review last week, this is not the strongest place to put one of these. You'd need to take care with that. Much stronger to put one here. All right, okay, passive pickups, great, I like them. Shape all the tone off the instrument. Don't worry about having a cheap control panel on the side trying to do it for you. The neckwood isn't specified, probably akume or possibly mahogany, don't know. It's in 3 pieces. The joint's pretty well hidden actually in the usual places, glossed. It tapers down to a kind of squashed profile up here, which is nice, and I'm glad about that because it's quite generic on the nut width at 36mm 28 G2A, slightly roomy, not bad, but it's the profile is all part of the picture for me. Again, I know this is all very subjective, but this is a neck that I can get on with. That's topped in more of the same hardwood as the bridge, also in really good condition, nice and shiny and well oiled. And dark all over. It comes with 19 frets joined at the 14th. They are edge bound with wooden strips, but there are no sharp edges anyway. It's really, really smooth, very, very comfortable, very nicely dressed. Position dots in pearl face out at 5, 7, 10, 12 and 15. My first gripe, no side dots. Come on, it's 2024 now, put some side dots on. It's so easy to do. That's a shame. That's the first miss we've come to, that there's no side dots. Beyond the nut, which is made of new bone, and again, actually it looks like bone to me. I don't know whether that's new bone, but they say it's new bone. And the setup on this is just spot on. Is that headstock, which I said is very reminiscent of the Ohana. It's exactly the same shape, and it looks really classy with that wooden binding, the purfling strip, the facing, and the Clearwater logo there in a silvery screen print. That's a nice headstock, nice and skinny front to back as well, very light. The tuners are not a tick in the box for me. These are generic sealed gears. I think the Ohana's used open gears, possibly even Grover's, so that's a step down. I'd change those. I'm not a fan of those. I mean, they work all right, but they're guitar tuners really. But you know, I'm being churlish when we move on to what this costs. And it comes with nothing else, set of Aquila strings by the look of it. There are some case options that are extra money if you want that. It would be churlish of me to say that that's a problem. I know I say that about cases, but bearing in mind I said those Ohana TK70Gs were several £100, and in fact instruments of a similar spec to this, solid top, nice decoration, flamed exotic woods, bound neck. This isn't a basic instrument pickup. This one from RUMC, $89.99. I had to double take. I thought they'd missed a one-off because I thought this would be $189.99. This is 90 quid. £90. Right, we've got to play it. It may sound terrible, but based on these appointments, this is a really pretty instrument. This has got a really good build, really good, nice finish, nice attractive woods, nice decoration. It's got the passive pickup. The neck is really nice, nice fret ends, no side dots, and I changed the tuners, but they are my only gripes. 90 quid. Go and buy one. Go and buy one. Wow, I can't get over the price. That's remarkable. It's light, 600 grams. It balances really nicely too. I love this sort of shallow front to back as well. It's going to be a bright instrument, isn't it? It looks a bright instrument, do you know what I mean? Maple's quite tight and crisp. I know it's only laminate, but spruce is certainly a bright sounding tone wood and a fairly diminutive little body. But again, tone is very subjective, and whilst bright instruments are not my thing so much, they are for a lot of people. And I'm here to just tell you how, well, the quality of the tone is like, the accuracy, whether it's muddy, things like that. You're listening to it now, it's clearly a bright sounding instrument. these strings taking ages to settle. I've not had these instruments that long. I'll retune as we go through if it slips out. So first of all, the basics. The volume. Yeah, good. Sustain. I've heard better, but it's not bad. That is pretty good, actually. But it is bright, and but that volume's great. This plays really well. C string and G string. It's very bright and jangly. My playing's terrible this morning. Jangly, peppy, fizzy, spritzy, I'm using, and other words that come out the thesaurus. But it's very clear and it's got great clarity of tone and that great punch as well. I think I'm going to like it more picked. I do. Pretty. Yeah, it's bright, and I'd like it a bit woodier and a bit sort of pared back a bit, but I know lots of people who love those bright, crisp sounding instruments. That's a very accomplished sound. There's nothing wrong with it. There's a lot wrong with my playing just then. Sorry, I had a very rough night last night with friends and some bottles of wine. But it is a good sounding instrument. It's very direct, very clear, very crisp, good volume, really nice looker, really nice build, really nice finish. My gripes are really minor. Stick some side dots on, change the tuners. £90, penny under £90. It gets 10 out of 10 for value for money, because you know these were being sold under a different brand name for hundreds of pounds, and I look at the competition out there for other specs, as I say, from good well-known names. I really thought this was going to be 200, maybe 250. 90 quid? Just go and get one. Just go and get one. Very highly recommended. The Clearwater UCW7MT, solid spruce top, flamed maple back and sides. Tenor from RUMC in the UK. Quite simply, a remarkable price and not at all junk. Thank you very much to the Really Useful Music Company for sending this over. I'm so glad you did. It's a beautiful instrument. I've really enjoyed looking at that. Right, okay, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one, and thanks for your continued support of this channel. It's much appreciated. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Look after each other and yourselves, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.